From rock bottom to Iron Man, the story of Robert Downey Jr. At one point, Hollywood refused to hire him. He was seen as unreliable, a risk, a fallen star. But years later, he would become the face of one of the biggest movie franchises in history. This is the story of Robert Downey Jr., the man who lost everything and built it all back. Robert Downey Jr. was born in 1965 into a family deeply connected to the film industry. His father was a filmmaker, and from a young age, Robert was introduced to acting. He appeared in films as a child, growing up surrounded by cameras, scripts, and creativity. By the 1980s, he had already begun to make a name for himself in Hollywood. Known for his charm and talent, Downey quickly became one of the most promising young actors of his generation. But behind the success, a darker struggle was beginning to take hold. As his career grew, so did his personal challenges. Robert Downey Jr. battled substance addiction, and over time, it began to affect his life and career in serious ways. He lost major roles. Studios stopped trusting him, and his reputation in Hollywood began to collapse. There were arrests, there were setbacks. There were moments when it seemed like his career was over for good. At his lowest point, Robert Downey Jr. had gone from being one of Hollywood's brightest stars to someone the industry had given up on. But every story has a turning point. For Robert Downey Jr., it came through a decision to change his life completely. With support from close friends and determination to rebuild, he began the long process of recovery. It wasn't easy, it wasn't quick, but slowly, step by step, he started to rebuild his reputation. He took smaller roles, he showed up on time, he proved that he could be trusted again. And eventually, Hollywood began to notice. Then came the opportunity that would change everything. In 2008, Robert Downey Jr. was cast as Tony Stark in Iron Man. At the time, it was a risky decision. Many studios were unsure if he could carry such a major role. But what they didn't realize was that Robert Downey Jr. wasn't just acting. He was bringing his own life experiences into the character. Tony Stark, a genius, flawed, and seeking redemption, mirrored Downey's own journey. When Iron Man was released, it became a massive success. Audiences loved him, critics praised him, and just like that, Robert Downey Jr. was back. Following the success of Iron Man, Downey became the central figure in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Film after film, his portrayal of Tony Stark helped build one of the biggest franchises in movie history. From the Avengers to global box office success, Robert Downey Jr. became one of the highest paid and most respected actors in the world. But what made his story powerful wasn't just the success. It was the journey it took to get there. Today, Robert Downey Jr. is more than just a movie star. He represents redemption. Proof that no matter how far someone falls, they can rise again. His story is not just about fame or success. It's about resilience. It's about second chances. And it's about never giving up. Because sometimes the greatest comebacks come from the darkest places.